Hi guys, it's Nikki, Creative Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Today I would like to teach you how to create this spiral effect. It doesn't matter for what you're using it for. The whole point is that you're creating it in a way that you're making it in rows, but it looks like it was made in rounds. So for this, for example, this is a hat that I created. It's called the Spiral Slouchy Hat. And you can find the link to the pattern below in the description. Unless you're on my website, you probably see it there already. And this is made by using for each color 2 rows and then switching it in the end, which I'll show you in a second what I mean. And you can make as many colors as you wish, or you just make this in a simple plain color. It's totally up to you. And when you finished with your rows, which looks like this, here's a different color version of that. Here you can see that it's kind of slanted. And when you're done with your rows part, then all you have to do is fold it up, such as that. Sew it up in the middle right here where they're touching each other, the first and the last row, and then you created your spiral effect like that. And then you can create anything you wish with it, whether it's a hat, a tube-like scarf, a pumpkin, whatever you like. Okay, so let's get started with the part that makes these rows happen. So I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have a few colors left from my hat, and that's what I'm going to use for this tutorial. So all you need is a row of chains plus single crochet, and it doesn't matter how long you need to do it. It all depends on what project you're using. So this is a general tutorial on how to make this effect. So I have here 10 single crochets. And then you chain 1 and turn, and then you create 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then you create another single crochet in the first stitch, which creates a increase right here. Then you're doing 1 single crochet in each stitch until you reach the last 2 stitches. That's when you stop, and that's where we're doing a decrease. Now I'm not doing a normal decrease, I am doing a invisible decrease because I prefer hiding my decrease so it looks more smooth. So here are my last 2 stitches. So I'm going to create a invisible decrease. So I'm going into the front loop of the first of the 2, then going around and going into the second of the front loop. And then I'm pulling up a loop just like that. And here's where I'm changing colors. So I'm going to go grab my next color. And here's where I'm changing colors, just pulling it through. I'm just going to let it hang for right now and chain 1 and turn. And now I'm going to do a normal row of single crochet again. So there's always 1 row. The first of those, of every other one, is pretty much a normal row of single crochet. Nothing fancy, no increases, no decreases. And when you reach the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And that's where you're now going to do the increase at the very first stitch and the decrease at the very last stitch, the last 2. So here's where we're going to do an increase. So doing those increases and decreases makes the slant happen, but keeping the stitch count the same. So here at the very last 2 stitches, I'm going to do my invisible single crochet decrease again. And now I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to let my colors hang down as I'm going to pick them up later on again. I just simply make a slip knot, and then I'm going to attach my yarn. Chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do a normal single crochet row. Now we chain 1 and turn, and this is where we're doing the increases again at the very first stitch, right here. 1 increase, and now 1 single crochet in each stitch until I reach the last 2. And here I'm going to do my invisible single crochet decrease again, and I'm going to change colors. So I'm changing colors by finishing up my last single crochet. Here it's an invisible single crochet, by going through with a new color. And I'm going to pull over here my yarn to make sure it's tight. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to do a row of single crochet, so as you can see, the color change is only happening on one side, so you won't have to get tangled up in cutting yarn. Now we're going to do our single crochet increase, then 1 single crochet in each stitch until the end, until you have 2 stitches left, and that's where we're changing colors again during the invisible single crochet decrease, which is right here. So we're going to do our invisible single crochet decrease, and now we're changing colors. Now, so here's where I'm going to pick up the color from the very first color change right here. So I left the yarn hanging, so all I'm going to do is pick it up. You have to make sure that when you pick it up, you're not pulling the yarn too much, because then it rounds it. So you want to make sure it's about the same length, roughly, as these rows together, so it doesn't pull it. So you want to have it a little looser, so make sure it's not pulling on it. Then I'm going to tighten up my yarn and turn. So you can see it hanging over here now, but it's actually loose right here. You can see it. And then you're just going to keep on going like that. So this is how you keep on going and making your spiral effect. As you can see it already, you have this slant going on. You do this as long as you need, no matter how many colors you're using. And then when you're done with this piece, you're going to take your piece, in this case it's this color. I'm going to now zoom out again so you can see what I'm doing here. So you're going to take your piece, you're going to fold it up such as that from each side, so that the first and last row touch each other. You're going to sew it up right here, and then you have a tube-like structure, which in the end, my sewed up part, I can't even find it anymore, is actually right here. This is where I sewed it up. You can barely see it. and then you have this spiral effect going on for whatever part you're using it for. So this should help you create the spiral effect with this video. I have multiple patterns for using this effect. I have a bag for this. I have this slouchy hat here and a pumpkin pattern. I hope you find this tutorial very helpful on how to create the spiral effect in rounds but made in rows. Very simple for beginners. Please like, comment, and share my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.